Next on Worcester News Tonight, a community comes together to help a young girl after tragedy changes her life forever. Plus, a high-speed chase begins in Holden and ends in New Hampshire. We'll give you all the details next. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Tim McCone. Caught on camera, a high-speed chase through 2 New England states ends with a physical confrontation with police. It all started in Holden and ended in New Hampshire. Tonight, the video we are about to show you is at the center of a police investigation. Investigators say they will determine whether the level of force during the arrest was appropriate. Brian Burnell has the latest from Nashua.
This is how the chase, which began in Holden, Massachusetts, ended in nearby Nashua, New Hampshire. 50-year-old Richard Simone of Worcester finally stopping and getting out of his pickup truck. He drops to his knees, and you can see how several officers react. Massachusetts State Police say Holden officers tried to stop Simone in their town to arrest him on several warrants. He's wanted for assault and battery with a dangerous weapon, larceny, and failure to stop for police. The chase, taken up first by Holden police and a Massachusetts state trooper, crossed into Nashua, where that police force joined in.
I'm outside right now. There's a cop chase. Outside of my house, there's a helicopter up in the air. There's 14 million cops going around my house right now.
A witness shot this video as the silver truck, officers in pursuit, went by. People in the neighborhood where it ended watching it all.
I came outside, and there's this car flying, coming down, and then all of a sudden I saw a lot of cops chasing it, coming this way.
He wasn't really resisting, and then all of a sudden you see all the cops just like get onto him and just start beating him up and everything, which was kind of crazy.
Peeked out the window, and I saw these bunch of cars, and the house was rumbling.
There's this guy driving around, and I run up here, and he's getting beaten down.
Massachusetts State Police say there will be a review of the apprehension of Simone to determine whether the level of force used was appropriate. To be clear, Massachusetts State Police says they will only review their own personnel, their state trooper, and how he reacted to this, not the actions of any other police officers on the scene.
In Leicester, police are looking for the person who stole a large American flag from the Common. The theft coming just weeks before Memorial Day. Our Rosalind Flaherty has the details.
This is where a large American flag flew over Leicester Common. Police say it was here Tuesday night until someone cut it down and stole it.
It's horrible to hear, especially this time of year. I don't have any idea why someone would do something like that.
Police Chief Jim Hurley says the flag on the Common is important to veterans, and with Memorial Day coming, it is a big part of the town's annual remembrance.
We have veterans up there who lived in foxholes and fought for that flag, and it means a lot to them. And they set up the crosses to remember the fallen veterans. And somebody just took it. And not only did they take it, looks like they ruined it.
Police Chief Hurley says that they would like to get the American flag back, and whoever took it will be criminally prosecuted.
They'll be charged with larceny over $250. And I don't think I'd want to be in their shoes going to court and standing in front of a judge telling them they took the flag off Leicester Common.
Pamela Shaw's husband is a veteran. She says he will be devastated.
Disgusted. I'm more disgusted, you know what I mean? How could a human being sit there, especially in America, and take down that flag that worships the people that fight for their country?
Chief Hurley says the flag is worth between $350 and $400. Anyone with information is asked to call the Leicester Police Department. Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
A special escort in Barrie by police and fire Wednesday. The department's escorting pieces of the World Trade Center from 9/11 into the town. Police and fire meeting the shipment just outside of Barrie. The artifacts will be used for an Afghanistan and Iraq War memorial on the North Common. The memorial is in the design phase right now. The lead organizer, Dennis Fleming, tells us he is hopeful to have the memorial completed within a year. We turn to Grafton now, where a community continues to support a young girl after her mother was tragically killed by her father. Now, people in the town are raising money on her behalf. Our Olivia Lemon has more.
This town has a great tendency to come together for community and events like this.
Jay Hunter says the small town of Grafton was shocked after the murder of Kelly Sugarman. Now the community is coming together to raise money for her 5-year-old daughter, Sophia.
We all wanted to pull together to make sure that she was taken care of for the rest of her life. She's going to have a rough road ahead.
Kelly Sugarman was found dead inside her Grafton home in April. Her husband, Michael, was found with a knife in his neck. Michael Sugarman is now facing a murder charge.
A lot of shock, you know, I mean, not in our town type of mentality, but this happens every day, and unfortunately, we just have to kind of come together and deal with it and take care of those people that need it.
A fundraiser Saturday at the Grafton Inn will raise money to put towards the Sophia Sugarman Fund. Hunter is the owner of the inn. He says State Representative Dave Meridian and his friend Dave Rivers asked to have the fundraiser at the inn, and he wanted to help.
It's going to be a great time. It's going to be a great event. It's not going to be a somber event at all. If you can come and just hang out and donate what you can.
The Singing for Sophia fundraiser will include live music, raffle prizes, and a silent auction. Hunter says Sophia's grandparents are seeking custody of her. He hopes this money can be put towards a better future for the young girl.
I've met them. They're great people. They'll be very able to provide her with a stable future. So we just wanted to contribute to that, that's all.
Olivia Lemon, Worcester News Tonight.
An update to a story we told you about just last week. A car believed to be stolen more than a decade ago is pulled out of Lake Quinsigamond today. 2 towing companies and the Worcester Fire Department dive team worked together to get this car out of the water. The car was 150 feet offshore and about 30 feet underwater. The tow company says the car was reported stolen back in 2005 and the key was still in the ignition when they pulled it out of the water.
Have divers come in, have them both go down, hook up cables and straps to the car. As we pulled the thing out of the water, it was on its roof. We brought it up to the shore, and then we lifted it with that truck. So then we just lifted it up and put it on the flatbed, transported it over here, and then we flipped it.
Crews worked together to hook cables to the car. It was pulled out of the water by a heavy rescue truck. Well, as the weather gets nicer, the crew of the Indian Princess is preparing for their 2nd season on Webster Lake. They say last year was successful, but they're hoping for an even bigger season this year. Our Patricia Nicholas has more.
The Indian Princess is ready to hit the water. 6,000 people came aboard in a successful first season last year on Webster Lake.
First trip was, I believe, on June 26th. We had a great response. Everybody loved it. It's a great boat.
This spring, the Indian Princess's owner donated a boat for the Webster Fire Department, establishing a new partnership.
Have the boat docked here at the ranch, and they're going to use it as a base for their rescue operations.
The Indian Princess is a Coast Guard certified boat. President of Indian Ranch, Suzette Ron, says a lot of people have never had this type of opportunity before.
It's a great resource here, so having the boat is just bringing access for anyone and brings a little bit of tourism into the town as well.
The boat can hold more than 100 people. This year, they're hoping to see even more with added theme events. The boat engineer, David Wasilko, says they prepared through the winter.
On the paddles, we did some painting, maintenance on the engines, and basic upkeep, stuff like that.
Wasilko says the boat uses very little fuel and is environmentally friendly.
That's very quiet, and we repainted the bottom with very environmentally friendly paint. We went all out.
The boat will take its first tour of the season this weekend. The staff says they hope that this year is even better than last.
It's a very beautiful lake. Nice views.
Quite different looking at the lake from on the lake than it is from the shore. So for a nominal fee, people can come out and enjoy the gem of this area.
Patricia Nicholas, Worcester News Tonight.
Worcester is getting a head start on Old Man Winter. According to the Telegram, the city will be purchasing 6 pieces of snow removal equipment to make up for its snow plowing shortcomings this past winter. The new equipment includes 3 plow trucks equipped with tanks that will be used to pre-treat roadways in advance of winter weather and 2 sidewalk plows. The cost of the equipment, estimated at nearly $840,000, will be paid for out of the leftover money in this year's snow removal budget. Well, this week marks 1 month since Verizon union workers have been on strike. More than 40,000 workers across several states, including thousands here in Massachusetts, continue to picket after labor negotiations ended last month without a new deal. Our Andy Madison has a look at the strike and whether any progress is being made.
From Worcester to Shrewsbury, union workers continue their picket against Verizon.
The company wants to move a lot of calls overseas and to vendors, and they want to increase health care drastically for actives and retirees, want to freeze pensions, and they just really haven't moved off of any of their issues.
Keating says not much progress has been made in labor negotiations. 2 weeks ago, Verizon made a contract offer they say included a wage increase of 7%, but the union rejected it.
Negotiations are a two-way process. We put a great offer on the table. It's up to the unions, led by Chris Shelton, to come back to the table and work with us to reach an agreement.
More than 4,000 union workers across Massachusetts remain on strike, and now without health benefits. As the strike enters its 4th week, police in Millbury are investigating an incident where 3 fiber optic cables were cut within minutes of each other Tuesday morning, disrupting phone, cable, and internet service to the area. Authorities believe the incident may be related to the strike.
But that's a form of vandalism. The destruction that occurred, it's unlikely that it is a random act. Someone would have to know that their actions would cause the damage that it did.
We don't condone any of that activity. Quite frankly, I don't believe any of my members would ever have done anything like that.
The last union strike lasted 2 weeks before a deal was reached. This one is almost a month old. And for the moment, doesn't seem like the two sides are any closer to a deal.
Consumers rely on our services 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They need to get out of the way and allow us to serve our customers.
The members have been doing an excellent job, and they're standing strong, and we're dug in for the long haul.
Andy Madison, Worcester News Tonight.
Elementary school students in Auburn are singing and dancing for a good cause. Their school produced a video this week. It's aiming to raise awareness about ALS. More than 250 kindergartners and 1st and 2nd graders choreographed moves to Taylor Swift's Shake It Off. The students and their teachers from Packagug Elementary School are dancing to support the Shake Off ALS Awareness Project. It was started by Shrewsbury resident Mary Beth Benison, who passed away from the disease in 2015.
It would have been emotional watching it too, just seeing all those kids. I mean, there were so many kids coming together and dancing and shaking it off and doing it for her. She would really have been touched by that.
The video has gotten more than 4,000 views on YouTube since Wednesday.